Hello and welcome back to the Brick Box channel, and I know what some of you guys are thinking. Hello and welcome back to the Brick Box channel, and sorry it's been quite late for this video, but luckily I've finally managed to get it out there. So this isn't going to be a fully fledged tutorial, not completely step by step, because obviously there's so much Lego there. It's really too hard to actually make a full tutorial on it. So I'm going to try and tell you like how I built it exactly. I'm not going to tell you place this brick here and this brick here and stuff, but I'm going to show you how I built it as best I can. So let's get on with the tutorial. Right, okay, just before I start, I made a couple of changes to the Large Destiny's Bounties. There's barely anything I have done. First of all, I have these little booster things here. They don't kind of look like boosters, but it was a bit rushed and didn't have much time. So in the cartoon series, you'll see that there are boosters at the front. When you open this out, you can fold this down, and they're meant to be boosters at the front when it's going up. So yeah, and there's one on the other side too. So that's the first change I've done. And the other small change I've done is I've replaced the completely clear piece here with one from Star Wars, from TIE Fighters, because it actually looks like this on the front. So that's all the changes I've made. Right, okay, the first thing you're really going to need to do is to get the really big boat pieces. I'll just show you a couple of those pieces now. It should be on screen. Yeah, and you're going to need to make a base of that. I think one of these front pieces up here and 3 along here. Join them up with Technic pins and put some plates on the bottom to structure it well. After that, you're going to want to put plates along here. This is on both sides, by the way, so keep that in mind. I won't be showing you how I built this, because that's going to take way too long. It's going to be way too complicated. But if you really want to build one yourself, you can go ahead and build one. It shouldn't be too hard to make, but it is quite hard to make a tutorial on it. It would take too long. Anyway, after you put the plates down, you put lots of bricks along here. It doesn't have to be holes, but I kind of ran out of bricks. So you just put bricks all along there too until you get up to here. Then from your original Destiny's Bounty, you will take kind of this bit off and put some of the pieces along here, some of the gold pieces along here with plates. You're going to want to take 2 of these, stick 2 of them on here, and remember, just reminding you, it is on both sides, so just keep that in mind. And then you can take, doesn't necessarily have to be here, but I ran out of plates, so I put them on there. But before you put these pieces on, you're going to want to get these sort of large pieces and put them on there both. So yeah, just something you need to do there. Right, one of the changes I forgot to mention is that I had to take the top bunks out of here. I know it's meant to be accurate to what you see in the show, but it really was a bit too tall, so I just took those out. So to make the beds, it's very simple. You just get a plate that's 2 longer than this, and then and then you stick one of these pieces on it, on the end. So it's very simple, and yeah, this is kind of the mechanism thing. Yeah, that's the mechanism thing. So yeah, so right, and something else I forgot to mention, when you're building the side up, you're gonna have to add these things in. Yeah, those there, that's there to keep the roof of the thing up properly. So yeah, that just keeps it up properly. You have to make it pretty much exactly like this. 8 flat that way and 1 here. So just make sure you do that on both sides. Right, and now basically you're going to want to basically take the wing bit, including the bit over here on your original Destiny's Bounty, and you're going to basically want to stick it in the middle there. You might need to add a few pieces, but importantly on the top here, you're going to want to, actually I'll talk about that later, sorry, but yeah, and when you're building this, you might need to adjust this slightly to be able to adjust the wings to be able to work properly, but that's fine. And you can make, this is only optional, you can make like this little crow's nest with a ladder coming down. Actually, that ladder needs to be longer. Just a second. I wonder where that ladder went. Anyway, that's a ladder that can go all the way down, and you might, as I said, you might need to do a bit of adjusting, but after doing that, I had to do a bit of adjusting, that's why I'm saying that, but eventually it should work pretty well. Right, so after you've done that, basically what you want to do is take the back end of the bounty and kind of try and stick it on there a bit. You might need to expand it out a bit this way, but just make sure, you might need to do a bit of fine adjusting, just make sure this still works. You'll notice that this bit here is extended. Basically what I did is I put one of these pieces and tile here, put it in the middle here, and then stuck that out more. So that's how you can extend that out more. So there isn't really much I can tell you too much about this. Just all I can say, you might need to extend that out a bit, make a few adjustments, and put more floor on here. So that's all I can really tell you. But yeah, you're going to need to build up some bricks there, and you are going to need to build some stairs there. You can get stair pieces, but you could build them out of pure bricks. But yeah, it's easiest to use stairs. Then you're going to have to add a couple of bricks to go up there. So let me just take this off. So yeah, you're going to need, hang on a second. Yeah, you're going to need something like this. Make sure, though, just make sure the level of this is completely even with the level of this. Just make sure. And I have extended it up with a little bit of bricks. Basically take that from the original Destiny's Bounty, and you can have these flags things still, but normally they were sort of down here. I used some bricks to extend it up. Just the important thing is make sure there's enough room in there to fit a minifigure. This is just a little optional thing, and make sure that these are completely level with each other. Right, so now for the kind of top roof part. Yeah, basically you take, let's go on the base first. Now, these bits here, it's completely level with that. See the slots in here? Yeah, it's just completely level along there into the slot, so make sure that That is very important. Otherwise it won't really work when you want to put it on there. But what these are for, these bits, is to make sure it slots into those back bits. And on here, this is for locking onto the front of the stairs. So you might need to put a few strengthening pieces in the middle, but that is basically the base, and it needs to be about this long. So I'll just give you a good look at this. This is kind of this thing that I use to lift the roof up. I use this kind of special piece and Technic thing at the back. This is basically how I strengthen the roof a bit. So yeah, I tried to extend the roof out a bit, as you can see. Just yeah, try and extend the roof out because it will make it a little bit better. It depends on your can't say the word. Specifications, that's the word, on how you build the roof. But yeah, just make sure it's able to cover most of it. Now at the front, you're going to take this is kind of the front bit with the wheel here. You might not be able to find one of these. If you can't, just get like an ordinary car steering wheel and stick it on here. But this is basically how this bit was built. Yeah, and this goes on the front here. Piece came off. Okay, sorry guys, where was I? Yeah, for the sides here, just on the top here, you're going to want to kind of build the top like that. But for the sides, that just fell off. You're going to want to build bricks along here. This doesn't have to be there, it's just around our bricks. But you kind of want to build it around here. It doesn't have to be like this, but I prefer it like that. And if you can find some red windows around here, that would be pretty good. It doesn't have to have glass in there. I don't have glass in there. I think it just goes right through. But well, glass panes are not actually made of glass. But anyway, that's basically how you make the forgotten what it's called, the bridge. That's what it's called. Right, okay, so now you're going to want to make the upper deck piece. May vary depending on what you built. Just make sure that there's a bit in here that can fit. There are actually two parts for the upper deck, but just make sure that fits. It just fits around the mast here. So like that, but it may vary depending on how exactly you built this. And this is kind of the thing you do for the bottom, just strengthen it on the bottom so the plates do not fall apart. But yeah, that is basically how you build the first part. And just my knee cut it here. And here is the second part. That basically, don't join them. They're meant to be separate, because this part, just show you here, this part goes around like that, and this part goes on the end like that. So it's able to wrap around the mast so there aren't any problems. That's why there are two parts. But anyway, don't have to have a ladder on here, but you can, preferable again. But that's how you build the bottom. You are going to need these studs here to be able to stick onto those bits early. I'll just show a picture of it now. Yeah, and some strengthening pieces there, and yeah, that's how you build the upper deck piece. Oh, and just one other thing, make sure it doesn't get in the way of the stairs. Right, so now moving on to the, don't know what it's called, the head shift, but basically you want to take the original dragon head of Destiny's Bounty, want to put a red pin in there, or it could be a black one depending on how old it is. But yeah, then you can take one of these, put red pin in there, get one of these pieces, doesn't have to be red. But then you can take 6 long one of this, get one of these pieces, put one of these kind of pieces on the back. Doesn't have to be black. Just don't make it pink or something. Yeah, so just as long as it's with the colour scheme of the boat. So you can then stick that around about, let's see, around about, yeah, you're going to want to put it around about there. And then you want to make one of these kind of things. Just give you a good look at that so you can build it. So, and then you can kind of stick it over this part, so it just makes it look a bit more neat. Now you're going to want to take both of these kind of pieces off your original Destiny's Bounty. You're going to want to put them there, just like that. And then to build the little booster things, you're going to want to take one of these pieces, take one of these kind of gold thing, you can get them from Nunchucks of Lightning and stuff, get one of these kind of pieces, and actually it doesn't really matter how you make the booster, just as long as it kind of looks like a booster. This one is kind of rushed, so yeah, and then you're going to want to do it like that. Then you're going to want to put it, open that up, you're going to want to put this on here, then you can close that in, and then it's kind of the booster thing, then you can open that up, then it falls down, you can act like a little booster thing when it's kind of flying. So yep, and you're going to want to build another one of these, except you're going to want to put it kind of on the opposite side. So let's see, you built it like that, you're going to want to build it like that, so then you can stick it on there, stick that in there, and then let's see how this works. Yep, that works pretty well, looks quite cool. So yeah, that's how you build that bit. Now from your original Destiny's Bounty you would have had a draw piece. Now take the little kind of bit sticking out there, and you're going to want to get kind of a bigger one, could be even bigger, something kind of more like this size possibly, but you're then going to want to, there's a little bit of an overhang of the black tiles here, then you're going to want to stick it up and stick that bit on the bottom, then you got your jewel for the dragon thing. But since I can't find one of these, this is actually taken off the ship, but for now I'm using one of these pieces. It's better than nothing. So yeah, just another little thing, when you're putting the upper deck on, you're going to want to, this is something I mentioned before, you're going to want to make this little thing, just make sure it's level, so the end of this is able to stick on there without kind of So that was my tutorial for the large Destiny's Bounty. If you have any problems, make sure to post a comment below if you have any problems about what your problem is, and then I might reply to it or make a video when I get enough responses. What else? If I missed out anything, it will be in the description below, so probably want to check that out. And yeah, hope you have good luck with making your custom Destiny's Bounty. Just one other thing, notice that when you turn it over, there are blue bits here. That's just so this doesn't get in the way, so you might need to stack a couple of blue bricks to be able to stand it up. But that's all. Just cracked a high then. That's all I really want to say. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't. More reviews and tutorials and stuff coming soon. There's a tutorial, full tutorial, completely 100% for a Ninjago go-kart. It will be up in the top left corner of the screen. You can click on that to go to that video. And yeah, see you next time on the BrickBox channel.